All right, welcome back, prospectors. So, if you remember yesterday, yeah, that was a big day. I finally built a small circular saw workshop. Nothing fancy, but it gets the job done. This is where we turn raw logs into something actually valuable. Beams, planks, boards, even construction panels if we push it far enough. Basically, we're no longer just swinging tools and hoping for gold. We're starting to build a real operation. And this morning, no slow start, no coffee break, straight to work. I kicked things off by loading up the finished materials, mainly beams. Why beams? Because honestly, we don't need them right now. And more importantly, I really want to see what they're worth. You know that feeling when you've been grinding nonstop and you just need to know if it's paying off? Yeah, that's exactly where I'm at. So I load them up carefully. Well, carefully might be a strong word. Let's just say I tried my best not to destroy everything I built yesterday. But then I had another idea, and this one might either be genius or a complete disaster. I decided to go all in. I'm talking full load, not just processed materials, but raw logs too, stacked up like I'm trying to prove a point to gravity itself. Because here's the thing, the road is long, rough, and let's be honest, not exactly truck-friendly. So if I'm going out there, I'm making the trip count. Now, at this moment, I'm looking at my pickup, looking at the trailer, and I swear the truck is looking back at me like, don't do this. But we're doing this. Slowly, very slowly, we start moving. Every bump in the road feels like a personal attack. The suspension is crying, the engine is questioning life choices, and I'm just sitting there like, if we make it, we're rich. If we don't, well, we walk. But somehow, and I mean somehow, we keep going. And while I'm driving, something hits me. Today is different. I've got a day off from the sawmill job. No boss calling, no schedule, no hauling logs for someone else. This is my time. And that means one thing. Today, we push towards the original dream, gold. Yeah, today might be the day we finally start washing material. The day this whole crazy journey actually begins to pay off. And I'm not gonna lie, there's a mix of excitement and pressure. Because dreaming about gold is one thing. Actually going after it, that's where things get real. But at the same time, I'm thinking bigger now. Because it's not just about gold anymore. It's about building something sustainable, something that grows. That workshop we built, that's just step one. I'm already thinking ahead. More production lines, more materials, more products. Imagine this. One side, mining operation. The other, woodworking business. Logs come in, products go out, money flows, hopefully in the right direction. That's the plan. Now, of course, plans are great. Reality, that's a different story. Because as I'm driving this overloaded beast of a setup through a road that barely qualifies as a road, I start realizing just how much can go wrong. One bad turn, one wrong move, and we're done. No gold, no business, just me sitting in the middle of nowhere questioning everything. But that's part of it, right? This whole journey, it's not clean, it's not easy, and it's definitely not predictable. It's messy, it's risky, and sometimes it feels like you're one step away from losing it all. And yet, that's exactly what makes it exciting. Because every small win feels huge. Every dollar earned feels like progress. Every trip that doesn't end in disaster, that's a victory. So yeah, today we're not holding back. We're selling what we made, we're pushing our equipment to the limit, and if everything goes right, we're finally taking that next step into gold mining. And who knows, maybe by the end of today, we won't just be dreaming about gold anymore. Maybe we'll actually find it.
All right, now this is what I'm talking about. We just kicked off the morning and it already feels like something shifted. You know those moments where you start thinking, wait, is this actually working? Yeah, this is one of those moments. So first, we sell the logs. Nothing crazy, right? Solid, honest work, $5,640. I'm like, okay, not bad at all. That's fuel money, upgrades, survival, we'll take it. But then we sell the beams. And I'm not even joking, I had to double check the numbers. $21,327. I just sat there for a second, staring at the screen like it was about to change its mind. That's not just profit, that's a turning point. That's the kind of money that makes you realize this whole plan, it might actually work. I mean, seriously, yesterday we were basically surviving, counting every dollar, pushing old equipment, hoping nothing breaks. And now we're looking at real momentum. And I'm not gonna lie, at that moment, something clicks in my head. This is it. This is where we stop preparing and start actually living the prospector life. No more waiting, no more maybe tomorrow. We're going for gold. But, and this is important, we do it smart. Because I've learned one thing already. If you rush in unprepared, this place will eat you alive. Equipment breaks, fuel runs out, and suddenly your gold rush turns into a very expensive camping trip. So first purchase, not glamorous, not exciting, but absolutely necessary, a fuel tank. Yeah, it's small, yeah, it's not impressive. No one's making movies about this thing. But you know what? This little tank right here, this is independence. This means we don't stop every 5 minutes because something ran dry. And for now, that's all we need. So we fill it up all the way, no shortcuts, because I know what's coming next, and I don't want to be halfway through the process, finally touching gold-bearing material, and then boom, everything shuts down because I tried to save a few bucks on fuel. Not happening. Now we load it up, secure everything, and it's time to head back. And this drive feels different. Same road, same bumps, same questionable life choices behind the wheel, but now there's purpose, there's direction. Every mile feels like we're getting closer to something real, closer to that first wash, closer to seeing if all this effort actually leads to gold or just more dirt. And as I pull back into our claim, I take a second, just a moment to look around. This place, it doesn't look like much. A small setup, rough equipment, a trailer that barely counts as a home. But now I see it differently. This isn't just land anymore. This is an opportunity. So no more wasting time. We grab the fuel tank, get everything into position, and move straight to the wash plant, our prompter bore, the heart of this entire operation. This is where everything we've been working for finally comes together. And I'll be honest, there's a bit of tension here, because this is the moment of truth. All that work, the logging, the hauling, the building, the spending, it all leads here. And now we're about to flip the switch and see if this dream actually holds up. So we refuel the machine, slowly, carefully, no mistakes. And right there, standing next to it, I can feel it. We're close, like really close. The next step, that's where things get interesting.
All right, this is it. This is the moment we've been working toward this entire time. Everything is fueled up, everything is in place. I'm standing here looking at the wash plant like it's about to either change my life or humble me real quick. So I go to fire it up, and then I stop. Hold on a second. Yeah, there's just one small problem. Actually, not that small. The hopper, the intake for the material, is sitting way too high. Like, who designed this kind of high? There's no way we're getting material in there efficiently like this, not with our current setup. And right there, I have a choice. Option 1, try to improvise, struggle for hours, probably break something, and regret every life decision. Option 2, do it properly. So yeah, we're doing it properly. We invest in a ready-made ramp. Not the cheapest solution, not the most exciting purchase, but this is one of those things where you either do it right now or pay for it later, probably twice. A little hit to the budget, but a big upgrade for the operation. And honestly, the moment it's in place, you can feel the difference. Everything just makes sense now. Clean access, proper angle, smooth workflow. No more guessing, no more fighting the equipment. This is how it's supposed to be. So now, no more excuses. We get into the loader. And yeah, let's be honest here. This thing has seen better days. It's old, it's a bit underpowered, and it definitely doesn't wake up in the morning feeling motivated. You can almost hear it complaining every time I push it a little harder. But you know what? It still works. And right now, that's enough. So we start loading, bucket by bucket, low, steady, pushing this machine to its limits. You can feel the weight, the resistance, the effort in every movement.
This is not easy work, not even close. But at the same time, there's something different in the air. Because now, we're not just moving dirt, we're feeding the system. We're running material that could, just maybe, contain gold. And every single bucket feels like a step closer. Closer to that first real result. Closer to proving that all of this wasn't for nothing. The engine's running, the plant is alive, the material is moving, and for the first time, everything is working together. It's not perfect, it's not fast, it's definitely not easy, but it's happening. So we keep going, no hesitation, no slowing down, because now there's only one thing on my mind. Let's get that first nugget. Let's make it real. Let's go, prospectors.
All right, now this right here is the moment. After all that grinding, all that loading, all that noise, dust, and questionable decisions, we finally filled the hopper and let the plant do its thing. And I'm standing there, watching it run, trying not to get ahead of myself. And then it happens. Our wash plant produces the very first gold concentrate. Not gold bars, not nuggets the size of my fist, but concentrate. And if you know anything about this process, that's huge, because this right here is proof. There is gold on this land. I'm not guessing anymore. I'm not hoping. Now I know. And I'll be honest, for a second, I just stood there smiling like an idiot, because this whole crazy journey from being broke, cutting wood, hauling logs, barely holding things together, it just paid off in the smallest but most important way possible. But, and this is where things get real again, this is only step one. Yeah, we've got concentrate, but we're still far from holding actual gold in our hands. What we have now is a mix: gold sand, regular sand, dirt, all packed together. And separating that, that's a whole different level of work, which means more building. We're going to need a proper processing workshop, a place where we can refine this material, separate the gold from everything else, and actually turn it into something valuable. And not just that, eventually we'll need a furnace, a real one, something that can melt everything down and give us what we're really after: gold bars. You see where this is going? This isn't just digging anymore. This is becoming a full operation. But here's the catch. All of that costs money. Good money. And while today feels like a win, we're not rich yet, not even close. So instead of jumping ahead too fast, I decide to play it smart again. I take a step back, look around the land, and start planning, thinking long term, mapping things out in my head, where the workshop should go, how the layout should work, and then it hits me. We're going to need coal production too. Yeah, it never ends. Because if we're going to run furnaces later, we'll need fuel. And buying everything from the outside, that's expensive. So why not produce it ourselves? Build another piece of the chain, another step toward independence. So I start leveling out a small area. Nothing major yet, just preparing the ground. But even that feels like progress, like we're not just reacting anymore. We're building something bigger. Meanwhile, our little sawmill, it's still going, nonstop, turning logs into profit like a quiet machine in the background. And that gives me another idea. If it's running anyway, why not maximize it? So I go back to the trailer, remove the side panels. Yeah, we're modifying on the fly now, and load it up again. More materials, more product, more weight. Probably more than I should. But at this point, you know me. If we're making a trip, we're making it count. Because today, we need money. Not tomorrow, not next week. Today. Every dollar we make right now gets us closer to that workshop, that furnace, that next level. So there's no slowing down. We secure the load, take one last look at the site. The plant's still running, the land slowly turning into something real, and I hop back into the truck. Engine starts. Another run begins. Because yeah, we found gold. But now, we have to earn it.
All right, we made it. And I'm not gonna lie, that trip, that was intense. The trailer was heavy, like one bad bump and we're part of the landscape kind of heavy. But somehow, me and this old pickup, we pulled it off again. I swear this truck deserves a medal at this point, or at least a day off, which it's definitely not getting. So we roll in, unload everything, and now comes the moment of truth. How much did we actually make? I checked the numbers. $27,000. $610. Yeah, I had to pause for a second. Because that's not just good money. That's the kind of money that changes your pace. That's the kind of result that makes all the risk, all the effort, all those overloaded trips actually feel worth it. And I'm standing there thinking, okay, now we're really moving. This isn't survival anymore. This is growth. But here's the thing, and this is where a lot of people mess up. It's very tempting to just spend it. Upgrade everything, buy big machines, go all in. Not today. Today, we stay disciplined. Because I know exactly what got us here. Production. That small woodworking setup, that's our engine right now. That's what's funding everything else. The gold mining dream, it still depends on this system working smoothly. So instead of rushing into something flashy, I double down on what's already making us money. No wasted time, no hesitation. I head straight back. Hook up the trailer again. And this time, we're going full industrial mode. Logs. A full trailer of them. Stacked, loaded, packed in like we're feeding a machine that never sleeps. Because that's exactly what we're doing. The more raw material we push into that sawmill, the more high-value products we get out. And now we know those products sell really well. So as I'm loading up, I'm already thinking ahead. This is becoming a system. Logs come in, processed into materials. Materials sold. Money reinvested. Operation expands. Simple on paper, brutal in reality. Because every step takes time, effort, and just a little bit of risk. One breakdown, one mistake, and things slow down real fast. But right now, we've got momentum. So we secure the load, again pushing the limits just a little bit, and head back toward our site. And there's something satisfying about this part. Because now we're not just reacting to problems, we're building a cycle. A flow. Something that keeps working, even when we're focused on the next step. Like gold processing or setting up future production. We arrive, unload everything, and feed it straight into the workshop. No delays. Let it run. Let it process. Let it turn raw wood into real money. Because while the gold operation is slowly coming to life, this right here, this is what's keeping us moving forward. And if we play this right, we won't just find gold. We'll build something that lasts.
All right, now we're not just working, we're building something real. At this point, it's clear. If we want to grow, we need structure. Not just random machines scattered around, not just working somewhere over there. No, we need a proper setup, something organized, something that actually feels like a production site. So first step, a canopy. Nothing fancy, nothing expensive. We're not building a luxury workshop here, just something practical. A simple shelter to protect our equipment and workspace from the elements. Because rain, dust, and time, they don't care about your plans. We keep it cheap, efficient, and to the point. And honestly, the moment it's up, it already changes the feel of the place. It starts to look less like survival and more like a business. Now step 2, this is where things get interesting. A small but productive workbench. Yeah, this might not sound like a big deal, but this is actually huge because now we're not just processing raw materials, we're creating finished products. And that's where the real value is. We're talking dog houses, wooden railings, bird houses, wooden floor panels, bowls, picture frames, all kinds of useful, sellable items, things people actually need, things that turn simple wood into real money. So we set it up, get everything in place, and then we start loading it.
boards, planks, all the material we've been producing, feeding it into this new line, this new idea. And again, I get that feeling. This is becoming a system. Not just mining, not just logging, a full chain. Raw resources, processing, finished goods, profit. And the best part? We're just getting started. Because while all of this is happening, I'm already thinking ahead again, always one step forward. Next on the list, charcoal and wood production. Yeah, another layer, another challenge, but it makes sense. If we're going to build a furnace later, if we're going deeper into gold processing, we're going to need fuel, a lot of it. And buying it constantly, that's not the move. We produce it ourselves. So no delays. We move straight into planning and starting the construction of charcoal production, laying it out, preparing the area, thinking through how it all connects with everything else we've built so far. And standing there, looking at everything we've done today. I'll be honest, it doesn't even feel real. This morning we were just pushing forward, hoping things would work out. And now, we've expanded production. We've built new systems. We've made serious progress toward independence. Step by step, this place is turning into something bigger than I imagined. And yeah, it's not easy. It's constant work, constant decisions, constant pressure. But moments like this, they make it worth it. Because now I know we're not stuck anymore. We're moving forward. And honestly, a huge part of that is you. Your support, your likes, your comments, that's what keeps this going. That's what makes all of this feel like it actually matters. So yeah, today was a big day. And if this is just the beginning, then we've got something special here. All right, prospectors, that's it for now. Take care, and I'll see you in the next episode.